if you're just writing very short form material, like sketches, for example, and trying to get them into a sketch show, you don't need an agent. People that do that generally look after themselves. The point at which you need an agent is when you start sending serious size, long form material off to people. You are very, very unlikely to get your material onto the desk of the right person unless it goes through an agent these days. And the process of finding an agent is exactly the same as the one I said about how to pitch the right person in a TV company. There's a lot of agents out there, but most of them don't do everything. And there's no point sending your idea for a sitcom to a company that isn't interested in sitcom and doesn't have someone working for them who specifically specialises in that. Most agencies have different people that specialise in different things. So do your homework, and only send examples of your material to agents that you know are absolutely specifically interested in your genre. Speak to them first. Speak to the guy. Ring up. Can I speak to so-and-so? You've seen his name on the website. You say to him, are you interested in looking at new sitcom material? Are you taking people on? A lot of people at that stage will say, no, we're not taking anyone on at the moment, in which case save yourself the trouble of another jiffy bag with another 80 pages of A4 in it. If you do that homework up front, do your due diligence, if you like, you will save yourself an enormous amount of time. It's the same rule, only send things to people whose names you know. And you are going to have to find yourself agents at some point if you're going to be successfully getting your work into telly. And if you're ever given a choice between should I choose this agent and this agent, I'll give you an example. Someone said to me at a workshop a few weeks ago, I've been offered representation by two agents. One is a massive agent with loads of contacts in the industry and lots of huge clients. The other one is a smaller agency, but I really like them and they really like my work. And which one would you choose? I'm always going to choose the guy I get on with, the guy who really likes my work, the guy who hasn't got the big clients on his books. Because if you go with him, he's not going to be bothered about pushing your stuff. He's going to be pushing the big names on his books because that's where the money comes from. You're always better off going with the guy you like, the guy who likes you, the small agency, the one who's you feel is actually going to fight for you. Andrew and I, after we made Pets, were briefly represented by an agency called David Hyam. David Hyam are agents for Jeremy Paxman, Stephen Fry, some of the biggest writers in the industry. They did nothing for us, absolutely nothing. They got us one meeting with Jeffrey Perkins at Tiger Aspect, I seem to remember, in 2 years. So we said, this is pointless, and we moved on. We'd have been way better off going with a small agent who actually gave a shit. And that would be my very strong advice to you guys, is you've got to, when you have an agent, you've got to have a relationship. He's got to like you. He's got to love what you do. He's got to really care about what you write. And if that happens, he'll work for you. He'll push hard for you, and he'll make it happen for you. Not the big corporate guy who represents Stephen Fry.